So then the world ended, and the next day all the drivers got in their cars and went to work because it was a Wednesday. The thing they don't tell you about the end of the world is what comes after. The world ended on a Tuesday. Surely it could not stay propped up much longer, but Thursday was imminent, so all the workers got back in their cars and drove home to get a good night's rest for the end of the week. Thursday was much the same. Friday followed soon thereafter, and then the weekend. The bars were still open because the proprietors had bills to pay, and the petrol station still sold cigarettes at a 15-cent discount due to a long-running marketing campaign to repopularize menthols, which had fallen drastically out of fashion. Monday was as droll as only Monday can be, and things cycled largely as normal from there. You see, the people knew that the world had ended. All were well informed and had quite strong opinions on the matter, actually. But the people still had HVAC installations and billboard contractors retiling their bathrooms, and so they continued the same as before Tuesday because, whether or not the world had ended, they still wanted a granite countertop in their kitchens before it was all said and done. This process escalated, which is to say, nothing at all continued to happen. Soon the people were stuck in a trench they called a rut, so paved by footsteps that you could hear your dress shoes clatter over the ground stuff on the way to the cafe at lunches and happy hours. This trench had, painted on the walls and hung by the scaffolds, graffiti announcing the end of the world. These murals and mosaics were frankly old news at this point, and reminded people only that, my dear, it has been 2 months, hasn't it? It should be understood this was by no great act of resilience by the people. Indeed, it was more so that the people more or less forgot it had ever happened. But of course, they knew it had. Although things continued, which is to say nothing continued, and kept on, and just felt so normal that people really could forget. If the world has ended, thought nobody, what is this? And because nobody thought it, people largely saw the world as never having ended at all. And perhaps it didn't. Empirically speaking, this was the same world as before, so to say that it ended was most likely false, which it probably was. In the end, the only thing that anyone recognized as ending was the work week, on Fridays. And this was celebrated with 2 nights of revelry and 1 day of hydration, the Lord's Day, to nurse hangovers and various venereal ailments collected over the course of the weekend. Then began the week again, and all over, the mourners got in their cars and went to work.